Hey guys, what's up? This is AlphaFinx here, and guess what? The new DLC, the expansion pack, is out for Magic 2013. I feel like I've been waiting forever for this thing. It's finally out. We finally get some games. Now, I said I wanted to play the Collective Might in my DLC leaked, informational video. So, right now I'm hopping into a game with that Collective Might deck. The whole point of this deck here, you get a whole bunch of creatures that get little Saproling guys out, and you pump them up and you attack, right? Now, check out this hand here. Hero of Bladehole, that's my favorite card in this deck. Only got 2 mana to start, but that's alright. I don't have that many expensive creatures in my hand. Guys, if you didn't get this expansion, just go out and buy it. It's 400 Microsoft points. It's about like $5. I mean, don't eat lunch for a day and you can get it right there, Now, I also noticed if you want to pay for the unlock keys, you unlock all the cards, including the promo cards. And I know last time, if you paid for it, you did not unlock the promo cards. So that's a way you can get those cards early. You can get all of the cards at once. So right here I'm rolling out, there's new cards. You guys can pause the video and if you want to, check out each card. But basically, I got a 2/2 creature out here, and for every untapped creature I have out, he gets +1/+1 when he attacks. So it's pretty cool. You can +1/+1 him a lot, And it looks like I'm playing against the Goblin deck here, so this is a nice matchup. It's Creature Might versus Creature Might, because both decks are very creature heavy, right? So we're gonna see, if this new deck can hold up to this old school Goblin deck here. Now I'm gonna play this guy because this guy has Exalted. I don't know the names yet, so I'm just gonna go through this real quickly, but he has Exalted, so now watch. This gets pumped 1 because I have an untapped creature, so it's a 3/3, and the Exalted guy gives him 1 more, so that's 4/4 right there. So, does he waste his 1/1 guy here, or does he, just take 4 damage? So 4 damage on turn 3 is not that bad. And he takes the damage. Now, I gotta watch, because if he kills my 2/2 and hits me with that 1/1 guy, he ends up putting Goblin creatures into play, so... That card it's a bit annoying, when you're playing against that card, because he can get a lot of goblins out real quick if you're not paying attention. So it looks like he's playing the ring here. It just gives him haste. I was worried it might have a regeneration thing. That's the what is it, the black one, I think? Gives him regeneration. But now I gotta watch, because that does have double strike, so if that starts getting +1/+1 counters, I'm in trouble. I can always sacrifice my guy here and destroy the enchantment though. And I can get out the Jade, or I can get out this other dude. But I wanna be able to destroy his enchantment. So let's attack right here. Another 4. See if he blocks. And I have my pump up spell in my hand here, the Sigil's Blessing. That gives your target creature +3/+3, and all your other creatures +1/+1. So I gear this deck, towards a quick attack. The problem with this deck, it doesn't have many enchantment removals. That's why I got the 1 creature on the board. He can destroy artifact or enchantment, and it's got 2 Swords to Plowshares to remove target creature from the game for 1 white mana. That's really all you have for removal. So you do run into some games here where you're playing and you don't have a solution to what they have on the board. So that can be a little bit frustrating. But it's also pretty cool when you get a Hero of Bladehold out and you can pump up the token. You get some sick damage in there. So luckily he didn't draw any guys there with the Goblin Ringleader, because he only had mana and some other thing in there, and didn't really help him. Now watch this, right? I'm gonna power up my dude here, so it's a 5/5. I'm gonna kill his 2/2. My guy's gonna take 4 damage, but live through this encounter here, and I can still keep him so that I can sacrifice him later to destroy the artifact, to get rid of that ring, the pesky little rings, And instead of drawing a regular land to get my hero out, I get the stupid Evolving Winds. And it's interesting, these decks don't have any dual lands, or man lands, or any of those things. It's always just Evolving Winds in all of them to get the extra mana that you don't have. I'll attack with this guy again. And he gets pumped twice now because of this, and the Exalted. So it's a lot of damage this guy's going to take, so he does block. Doesn't want to take the damage. And I'm sitting pretty well here. I mean, I have 20 life, he's down to 12, and he has no creatures left on the board. 4 cards in hand. I just want to get my Hero of Bladehold out, because that card just dominates, though. Does have a lot of mana. Ooh. Gets out the Siege Gang Commander. So now he just put a lot of dudes on the board, and he can sacrifice those guys to kill my guy. So that's not good. I mean, that was, 1 card that he needed to stay in the game. That was probably it right there. Now, I'm just going to play my hero here anyway. He can sacrifice 2 of his guys to kill my hero, but, you know, that's still is wiping his board pretty much, and I still have my other dudes in play that are, you know... And if he blocks here, right, if he doesn't want to take this damage, he blocks with multiple guys, I don't know. I don't see why he would do that. Should just block with 1. Chump block it right there. So now if he kills my hero, he's going to have to sacrifice his other 2 goblins, so it'll clear out his board. And if I get a Swords to Plowshares or something, you know, I could clean them out. And I can still make, you know, a whole bunch of sapling guys, and I have the card in my hand that gives each of my tokens +1/+1. So that's a powerful card once you start pumping out some tokens. And luckily he had a Goblin Grenade to take out my hero, so he didn't have to sacrifice all the dudes to the Siege Gang Commander here. But he can still take out pretty much whatever I got on the board right here. Hopefully he doesn't have too many more goblins in his hand right now. Goblin Balloon Brigade. So that guy can get flying, and he's putting the ring on it. I still can sacrifice my guy to kill the ring, but you know, that takes a while to build up and to be able to do something. So I don't need to actually, you know, kill it right now. It's better to just keep my guy. Right, and he's picking off some of my dudes here. It's alright. Passes the turn. And then I got plenty of mana. Now the thing is, in this deck, I don't really have... There's a couple high-end creatures that you can have, but... I don't know, when I ran them in there, it didn't seem to work very well. It seems to be like a very... You know, I'm playing this as an aggressive deck right now. You know, there's going to be a lot of playtesting involved with these decks now that it just came out. I'm playing them against all the different varieties of decks that you can play against. Right now, you know, I just wanted to get some creatures in play and bash some people. That's what I like to do, you know. And I should have... Well... I want to make some guys, and then I can play my token power-up dude here, the enchantment that powers them up. So I feel like it's better that... Ooh, wait a minute. Hold up. That's the double strike one, so that's not too good. Gives all his dudes double strike, but luckily, see, I left open that mana, right? So what I can do here, I got 3 and then 1, so I could put a 1/1 in play. Then I'm going to block. And I'm going to sacrifice this thing to get rid of his enchantment that gives everybody double strike. That way I don't take the 2 damage from that dude, and I'm only taking 2 from the other guy. And I'm at, you know, that leaves me at 18 life, so it's no biggie at all, right? And I took out, you know, that card that can do some damage, you know, if you started getting some guys on the board, and he had the Siege King Commander, you just sacrifice him and deal a lot of damage, right? So I didn't want guys that, you know, attacking me for double their damage. You don't need that. And let's see, I can make new guys here. I'm just going to make them now. Attack with this guy because he gets powered up for each one I have in play. And then next turn I'll play either my 4/4 here or my token power up dude. What is the name of that card? I don't know. Damage effects, guys. Turn them off. I'm telling you. Save so much time. And of course he's at 1 life now. You know, I couldn't get in there for enough to kill him, but... Wiltleaf Liege. 4/4 gives all my other guys +1/+1. And if they make you discard it... Now, there's a couple decks that are the new decks. There's 5 new decks, guys. And they're all multicolor. So a couple of them have discard spells. So if you discard this Wiltleaf Liege, then, you know, it goes back into play. And, you know, he gets good advantage out of it. Now, what's he doing here? Now he wants to take out... He should have taken that guy out a while ago, but he's taking him out now. He couldn't block with that Goblin Goon guy there, so just got rid of him. And now he's done because he doesn't have enough blockers. He's tapped out. He's at 1 life. So I'm just going to swing in there with everything. And he does block, even though he's going to lose anyway. So this deck, you know, it's fun, but I don't know if it's definitely... I don't think it's going to be the best deck from this new batch here because... It just doesn't have enough solutions for, you know, enchantments and other creatures as well. It does have some cool cards, but, yeah, the other ones have some ridiculous cards, you know. Alright, so I hope you guys liked watching that gameplay there. I'm going to put up some more gameplay with the different decks from these new deck builds. If you want to check out one of my older games, you could click on the link right here. And that is some gameplay of me using the Goblins deck. Once again, guys, if you want to check out some other videos, just... subscribe to my channel. I got stuff coming up all the time. Thanks for watching. I'm out.